Welcome everyone to History Gone Wilder, part of Half History Will Travel. I am your host, the Wilder Historian, and a few months ago I did a video featuring Lieutenant Ted Barclay. He was part of the Stonewall Brigade, and I featured one of his letters about the wounding of Jackson. Now I want to feature him on what he thought about the Battle of Gettysburg, where the Stonewall Brigade was engaged at Culp's Hill. Dear sister, as we have stopped to rest today, I will seize the opportunity to write home. I wrote a short note shortly after the Battle of Winchester, but as I did not give you any account of my meanderings, I will start at the starting place, Fredericksburg, and deal with the subject extenso. We left camp on the 5th of June and marched by Spotsylvania Courthouse to within a few miles of Orange Courthouse. Turned off, came to Rapid Ann, forded the river to Culpeper Courthouse, thence to Sperryville, thence towards Warrenton, turned off the Warrenton Road near Washington, the county seat of Rappahannock, crossed the Blue Ridge to Front Royal, then down the Shenandoah Valley to near Winchester. Here we found the Beast Milroy in a post near the town, strongly fortified. General Ewell, thinking the place too strong to storm without a loss of great many lives, sent over our division, General Johnson's, to the rear of Winchester, General Early's down the main turnpike, and General Rhodes to Martinsburg. We spent the day getting our positions. About dark we opened on them with our artillery. I think it was the most beautiful sight I ever witnessed. We soon drove him from his outer works to his main post, whom we stopped shelling and awaiting morning to develop his movements. About daybreak we found out that he would endeavor to cut through our lines in his rear towards Harper's Ferry. General Johnson soon had his lines completed and ready for action. Nor had we long to wait, as Milroy knew that success depended on the vigor of the attack. The 4th Louisiana and 3rd Virginia Brigades met the first assault. The enemy, greatly outnumbering them, drove them back a short distance. General Johnson galloping along the line and told them the Stonewall was coming to their support, and they soon rallied and in turn drove the enemy. Our brigade fired very few shots. The enemy, seeing the hopelessness of getting through, determined to surrender, our brigade capturing more prisoners than the brigade numbered. Each regiment has a stand of Yankee colors. General Milroy with the cavalry escaped, owing to an opening in our lines. The fruits of victory are immense, not a small item being 26 pieces of artillery. General Ewell issued a congratulatory order to the army desiring them to return thanks to God with him for their victory. I think we have a very good successor to General Jackson. What will be the next move I do not know. Our camp is full of rumors today from the outside world. Grant's army, according to our accounts, is captured. I would give most anything for a Richmond paper this morning. As it is about to rain, I will close, as I have no shelter to write under. Goodbye, Ted. The next letter is 5 days after the Battle of Gettysburg took place, and he also writes to his sister describing the engagement. Dear sister, I have at last received letters from home, one of the 10th and one of the 27th of June. I was truly glad to get them, as they are the first for a month, the longest time I have been without letters. Since I last wrote, we have pulled through trying scenes, through all of which, by the mercy of God, I have been spared, whilst others have been cut down. The third of the series of battles around Gettysburg, our little band of boys were all killed, wounded, or taken prisoner, except Lieutenant Jones, Whitmore, and myself. Truly, I feel thankful that I am spared. Our regiment has only 66 men left, and the whole division suffered proportionally through the folly of our hard-fighting Johnson. He has none of the qualities of a general, but expects to do everything by fighting. 3 or 4 times did he throw our gallant band against powerful breastworks, and Yankees without number, each time mowing them down. I escaped by being in the rear of the regiment to prevent men from going off the field unnecessarily. I had a very disagreeable position, as I was exposed to the fire of the enemy and could not fire myself, a position I do not at all covet. I will not venture an opinion on the battle, as you can judge from our papers. What the result of it was, we were not whipped, though we suffered heavily. The first 2 days' fighting was entirely in our favor. How unfortunate it was we attempted to drive them from an impregnable position. We are now lying near Hagerstown, Maryland. Whether Lee intends going across the river I cannot tell, but if we do have to fight again, we'll have a fair field, and I fear not the result. We had 2 generals killed, Brigadier Generals Garnett and Kemper, and 10 wounded. My dear sister, how differently I feel now exposed to death and dangers, with God as my protector. I care not what may be the privations and danger, knowing that God can bring me through them all. I will have to close my letter, as we have to go on inspection. My best love to my little niece, Ted. This letter is very telling about the information that you can find within the Army. Lots of rumors and lots of hearsay, with Garnett being accurately portrayed as being killed, but Kemper being seriously wounded was thought dead, at least according to Barclay. Others were killed and wounded as well, but he does not go into those, or he did not hear about them. For example, General Barksdale was killed, yet he does not mention him, he only mentions those 2 brigadiers. Even more telling is that he didn't believe he was whipped, or at least would not show it in the letter. This is what some historians would call die-hard rebels, men who would not even think about being beaten in a battle. He also brings up the rumor that Grant had been captured or defeated in Mississippi, which is still an amazing thing to think about as a rumor running through the Army. And I've talked about rumors a lot, especially how many times Grant was supposedly killed outside of Petersburg, but those were unfounded rumors, but they still made it through the Army. So I hope this gives you some more information about the Battle of Gettysburg, what this gentleman thought about the battle, and how rumors got spread throughout the Army. I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a great day.